know if you can see right here, I marked these lines out every 18 inches. So we got an 18-inch square foot method, and that's because most tomato plants take about 18 inches in surface area. So you want to go right in the center of that. And then this is a bigger pot than I used last time, so we'll see how easy it is to get it out of here. I'm going to water it first a little because that kind of helps the soil to stay together. So we'll see if we can't get this giant pot out. Oh, look at that, here it comes. Boom. So that's the stuff. You can see it has roots ready to go. They're going just ready and hungry for more. So we'll set him aside back here. That way I can dig out the area that we're going. And this is that nice soft dirt. I honestly don't even need the shovel. It's crazy because it's that raised bed mixed. And it's just really airy and light. And that's what your roots like, so that they can get down in there and just thrive. It's that easy. Another reason to use the raised bed mix, because you can see how easy that was to dig. I didn't even need the shovel at all. There we go. So you don't need this bottom stem or leaf, whatever you want to call it, because we're going to put it a little deeper, and that way the hairs on there are going to branch out. And that's that easy. One down. Oh, and then you definitely want to water after you put it in. Just to help those roots get established. Okay, up next is the Brandywine. You can see here the leaves are just a lot bigger and just fluffier, and they also tend to they're just not, you can almost see there's some little yellow on there. So like I said, they're not as pretty, but they definitely put off some awesome tomatoes. You need to water it to make it easy for it to come out. See, also what I did is I just marked it with the pot itself. So that kind of shows me the size I need. The soil is the bomb. I'm already done. So just upside down here. There it is. Again, roots. They've got to the edges, so they're ready for more. They're hungry. Here it goes. Nice. Loving this raised bed mix. It's just so fluffy and nice. So easy to work with. It's not like digging in hard dirt that's been sitting there. I'm from Arizona, so the dirt we had there, man. I hate to do it because there's not much on here, but I think technically I should clip that one off too, because you don't even want your leaves touching the soil at all. If they're touching the soil, there's a chance for it to get disease or anything like that, or mildew and that kind of stuff. So we're going cherry, Brandywine. This is a little bit bigger pot than these other ones. You can see the size difference. So we'll see how well that comes out. And then like I was saying with the Brandywine, how the leaves are bigger and fluffier. This is what I was talking about. See how it kind of has that sunburn or whatever that is? And I don't know if it's just because they're kind of bigger and more fluffy that they're more prone to that. maybe these are a little stronger. What's important is that you get good tomatoes in the end. That's what we care about. I don't really care about if the leaves look perfect. Unless it's like I said, if there's pests or insects and things like that. Digging by hand. Can't get better than that. That looks good. So here's the big boy. Whew. All right, there it is. So yeah, those roots even got to the bottom. I don't know if you can see that. So they're ready for more too. There it is. He's in the ground because it's that easy. We got our raised bed. It's 16 inches tall. If you watch another video we made on how to make these, the outside bed costs 12 bucks to do a double high. If you do just one high, it was $7.50. So 750 times 2. No, because the stakes are the same price. So yeah, it was $12 to do the outer edge and then the inside stuff. Anyways, it's 6 feet by 3 feet. So 18 inches, that gives us 4 spots. So we can do 4 tomato plants comfortably in here. If you're a pro, I've seen people do them even a foot apart, but I'm no pro. This is my first year doing this. So I'm gonna play it safe. Here comes the Roma. This is gonna be our tomato bed. There it is. Those roots are all good. So he's going strong. You can see that's a healthy plant there. Look how soft that stuff is. All organic. Well, I can't say that. Once you get down a little lower, like I said, watch our other video on our first tomato plant, and I showed you all the mix I put in here. Plop them in there. You bury it all up around that stem. So you can remember with tomato plants, you can go a little deeper because all the little hairs on there, they'll shoot out and create more roots to get stronger and sturdier. Mm-hmm. We had some extra of the Easter buckets, so we decided to use those. We just cut holes in the bottom, and it's been doing well. As you can see, this one actually, because it has more room out to grow, it's quite a bit bigger than these other ones, and they were all planted at the same time. This one might be a little more tricky. This big old boy, but we'll see what happens. Come on. Oh yeah, and look at that. I'm amazed. Look at those roots. They just take off. If you give them room to grow, then they'll grow. Nice. The fun part, just dig it out with your hands. There she blows. So it's that easy. Wow. Water around it. Okay, same thing here. We got the Easter bucket with the Brandywine tomato. This Brandywine's doing a little better. It's because the more room you give it to grow, the better it's gonna do. Then those roots don't have to all fight for dirt. They can go out and get their own. It's nice it has the handle, I can pull on it. Yeah, look at that, we got some roots. And for anyone who doesn't know, this is my first year ever doing a garden. And I'm surprised if you just follow a few certain steps. It's really not that difficult. You do have to pay attention to it. I think that's a lot of people's problem, is it's a daily chore. I mean, I definitely watch after these plants every single day and give them a little time. So if you ever have to, if you're just too busy to do that, then you need someone else to cover for you. You can't just let them go for 2 or 3 days without touching them, or they're gonna suffer. That's that. I'm gonna wait on these. Actually, I'm growing a couple other ones that I started later, so we'll put them in once they mature a little inside. There we go. Check it out. Look at those nice, healthy plants just ready to thrive. And again, remember the 3-in-1 garden spray. They're all in the ground now, so we're just gonna wet them down on all the leaves, which keeps those insects away. They don't want to come and lay their eggs on it and cause you problems. Put so much work to get it to this point. Soak them down. Nice. Now I just emptied these and put them into the garden. Now I can reuse these pots. And like I said, I have another batch coming and they're all in the solo cups, and they're not quite as big as those other ones, but now we can pot them up, throw them in here for the next week or two, and then get them ready to do the same thing what we did out there. Can you believe it? Only 2 days after we planted these, we got our last frost. So we put these buckets over the top to try to save them, and luckily they actually survived. They took a little beating, but in the end we dodged a bullet.